See a big sigh like that and I already feel centered. The breath's an amazing thing. I mean, it's no wonder that people have been breathing and practicing breathing for thousands and thousands of years. Shamans, yogis, heaps of different people. Healers of all different colours and creeds and races and from different parts of the world. And right now, breathwork is popping off all over the place, especially here on the Sunshine Coast. There's a reason for that. We need it right now. There is just a wonderful opportunity to start moving the shit that we don't need, and we can do it with the breath. You might have heard the term holotropic breathwork. Stanislav Grof and his partner, sorry I cannot remember her name, and they discovered this in the 80s. How psychotherapy does so much, and yet you can sit with the breath and move stuff that talking doesn't move. Now, I come from a therapeutic background, NLP, acceptance and commitment therapy, timeline therapy, hypnosis, Ericksonian psychotherapy, holistic counselling. I've done all of these things. I've sat and talked with people. I've taken people on hypnotic journeys, on sound journeys, on all number of journeys into altered states of consciousness. And what I like about breath is it takes the head out of the game straight away. It takes the mind out of the game straight away. It's really hard to be thinking when all you are needing to do in that moment is focus on the breath. And in spirit breath work, the style of breath work that I do, you will lie down with a facilitator like myself and you will effectively be led through a breathing pattern. And if you get distracted and travel off, you'll be brought back by the facilitator. So you don't really have the opportunity of second guessing, of overthinking. And the same is not necessarily true in psychotherapy when you're talking. Sometimes when you're with someone, I've got a little bug floating around. You probably can't see it, but it's annoying me. You know, we can get to this point where we're second guessing ourselves. What should we say to this person? How will they think about me? Will they judge me? Same can be true even with something like hypnosis. You might go and see a wonderful hypnotherapist and still be questioning if it's all a bit of a scam. Is it real? Is it going to work for me? But breathwork is purely experiential. That's why I love it. I still love hypnosis. I still love counseling. I still love talking. Love all of the coaching and all of that kind of stuff. In terms of moving stuff, the breath is the truth. You sit with something that you already know and you become more connected to it, more conscious about it. And then you can go off and have your own journey. Now, I've had personal experiences and I've facilitated experiences that I can't explain. Astral traveling, connection to spirit, to God, to the source, whatever you want to call it. Maybe even ancestors. I've had people tell me that they've had conversations with different spirits, seen amazing colours, patterns, journeyed out there. Other people have had massive body release experiences, somatic releases, body shaking, tension moving, old injuries feeling like they're flaring up while they're in it, and then just relaxing out. I've seen people bring up emotions. I've had an experience where I alternated between maniacal laughter and just crying my eyes out. All of these things happen within this experience and the mind isn't doing it. It's just a profound modality and method for shifting stuff. And no two experiences are the same. It's your experience. And it is, if nothing else, another doorway into the important work. And we hear a lot about shadow work at the moment. We can do that intellectually. There's also somatic release work, which is another tool that's really big at the moment. People are talking about that, especially in the men's workspace. That's big at the moment. We do all of that with breath work without even talking about it. We go deep, find out some stuff. It might not happen in the first breathwork session. You might need to sit with someone for 5-10 sessions for all of your stuff to come up. But that's no different to sitting with a psychotherapist for a long time. It is in some ways therapy. We just don't call it therapy. We call it work because you have to work for it. You have to work for it. That's why I call my hypnosis trance work. There is work involved. It's not passive. It is effortful, but it is not intellectual effort. So what might you experience? You might experience emotions coming up. You might experience realizations of things that you had forgotten about yourself. You might recognize where you're blocking yourself. You might go off into the astral plane, whatever that is, whatever you want to call it. And to you, that may sound crazy. If you've had the experience, you might be giving a knowing nod to your screen at the moment. You might reconnect with Source. You might have a revelation. You might just have a peaceful experience. You might just breathe. You might feel something in your body. Something always happens, but we don't know what it will be. And the thing is that the experience that you have in breathwork is the experience that you need to have right then and there. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be small. It could be anywhere on that spectrum of experience. Honestly, I've never seen anyone in a well-facilitated breathwork practice not get something important out of it. And sometimes it doesn't actually land in the practice. It's later on because it opens something up within us, and later on that realization might come. And in that way, it's very similar to a lot of other altered or non-ordinary state practices, therapies, experiences. It's powerful stuff. And that's why I'm drawn to it. That's why I have added spirit breathwork to my toolkit. And that's why I have opened up a new practice called Wholehearted Breathwork. And I invite you to get in touch. And if you want to sit, lie, hear, and experience breathwork and what it can do for you, then get in touch, drop me a line. If you've got questions about what breathwork is, if you're not sure, ask those questions. I would encourage you not to do nothing because you're unsure. Reach out and ask the questions that you need to ask to find out if breathwork's right for you. There are plenty of videos online that will give you some instruction in different patterns of breathing, in different breathwork practices. I've even released some myself. You might find those. What I would suggest to you, though, that while they are amazing, the best way to experience breathwork is with a qualified, educated, and experienced practitioner, facilitator. All right, that's it from me. If you've got questions, ask. You can find me on socials. You'll find my website. Type my name in. Send me an email. Ask me a question. If you want to sit with me, let's have a chat about that too. You're awesome. Thanks for your interest. Thanks for your interest in yourself and your own development. Until next time, bye for now.